All right, obviously the way you crafted it, I was looking up where Pound Bondi was and where that process was, and it shut down my browser here. The court's going to find it retaliation. They can't. They can't. They don't. It can't have any other finding. Well, it makes no sense to do this. Well, again, it's bad strategy to bring up those cases again. You're going to end up in front of judges who actually sentenced all those people. And again, if not those judges, they're all on the same bench, right? Makes no sense. Like I said, come to an agreement, and agree to disagree maybe on a couple of points, but I mean, I'm saying demand loyalty because you don't want to sound like you're demanding loyalty to Donald Trump, but you want to say the reverse, that you're demanding that they don't scumbag the operation. Right. Right. Thank you, Larry. Most agents, I would know, wouldn't even think. They're just too busy to even think about, well, this guy's the president, I'm going to screw up this case. I mean, most agents won't do that. Right. I mean, it's the case they're on, too. Like, why would they screw up their case? I just don't get any of it. Correct. Because you can't articulate in court what you're articulating in MAGA world. It just doesn't work. Well, now you're the government of the United States, so the shoe's on the other foot now. Correct. So everything you were doing, it's like in reverse. It doesn't work. And you're gonna end up talking to the bench that sat on all those J6 cases on top of everything. It makes no sense. I think everybody was kind of willing to go to the point of let bygones be bygones and move on, But I don't think at this point that's going to be the truth. But once you move in that direction, then the hard feelings will probably come out of the judges. Right. Well, it's obviously retaliation. I mean, it's actually Trump's attorney. I mean, it makes it worse. So it said somewhere that Driggs fired him. I don't understand what that was, but now now he's like, no, wasn't me. Maybe it was just a fake article. I don't know. He's in Wikipedia. Man, I feel old, man. Right. It's been in since 2007. Well, like I say, I think, or Driz. I thought it was Driz. Driz. That's why I'm here, because everybody go, no, Driz, Driz. Yeah, I think for everybody involved, the best thing is just to like sit down, let cooler heads prevail, come up with, some sort of agreement. It doesn't have to be in depth or anything. You expect these people not to scumbag Trump operations, right? Which is rare anyway. I mean, why screw up your own case? Well, because I don't, I'm about the operational stuff, right? Reality. I don't, I don't want Justice Department to have to fight all this shit while we're trying to enforce the law and maybe even move into Mexico and do some operations down there, right? We're already getting pushed back on the ICE operations as far as demonstrations, right? Well, they can go from them demonstrations to attacking our task force, right? That's I think how it started last time. And they got them people that follow the agents around. If they get a certain number of people involved in that, they might become aggressive. Right. We will build fortresses of resistance. Well, I think your point for meritocracy is correct, but most people are looking at what you're saying just like buzzwords. They just don't see what you're talking about. Right. So I think you should just, again, Mr. Or Secretary Hegseth started doing that, starting to articulate it a little different, right? So people could understand. But again, I mean, I would even say, look, we believe these programs are just used corruptly, and there's like, even people of color, people that are gay, people that are women. We think that they're discriminated against also with these programs. We don't believe we believe it's a crony program. That's what I would say. Right, just to clear the air on that, because it's like ludicrous. You got women and Mr. Grinnell, right? Again, it's a certain psychology that starts developing in these counter ICE operations. Well, the point is this: the numbers we see in the protests, right? And then you have the counter operations going on in the city, Chicago, I guess, right? But if you combine those two, then it gets really risky. Right? If they get the numbers or something close to the numbers in the counter operations, right? That's when they get a little weird, right? And they'll try to like stop you from arresting somebody. Right? They might try it physically. Again, the thing you have to understand is there's lawful and unlawful, and even just following you around like that, I mean, there's nothing you can do, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not that it's unlawful. It's it's kind of a predicate to unlawful behavior, right? Well, they might physically try to stop you at some point. So you have to keep tabs. The intelligence has to keep going. Somebody, whoever the intelligence entity is, needs to keep looking at that. Actually. So we have to know if they increase. I'm sure you're looking, but again, any increase in numbers is where the risk begins. Even if you don't see an increase in any type of radicalization, like they're still just steady, the same things they're saying. The numbers increase, and then they get out there, and that's when the issue happens because they feel like they have the power to intercede. They do, and of course, it's a crime, and of course, somebody could get hurt. St. Paul, Minnesota. I don't understand how they're still out there, the sex offenders. Right. Right. I guess that's the mess that Biden's administration was. Right. Yes, St. Paul PD says they have no authority for any of the immigration operations, so it's not them. Right. At least you didn't deport her, right? Lynn, teenager, taken into ICE custody despite legal status, reunited with family. Told you to be careful. Again, we need to get the things that take the fingerprints, and she probably wouldn't even have one, but unless she, well, she was legal, so right. Right. I guess she didn't have a legal status. She had a pending hearing, right? It's they're dropping charge and they're doing a diversion. So you probably want to end that somehow, right? Put them back in the other thing, waiting for the hearing, right? I think it's coming up soon. Nolo prosecute decision to not prosecute in this case. Just put her back out there with her family. Kind of stupid to have her in there anyway. Right. Yeah, it's just a teen. Was she a teen? How old was she? I'm not saying her age. The other she's 18. Yeah, I guess she's getting older, but I'd put her back with her family. It's not worth the trouble. Especially now that they're prosecuting, of course. Well, stay